Hey guys! It's
Hey,
been
everyone.
a while.
Yeah, it's been way too long.
It has been. But summertime.
What can you do? We're
Yeah.
busy.
Summertime just jumps in the way.
Mm-hmm. No snow there, Bob, eh?
No snow? Where are you now, Bob?
You must be south.
Yeah, must
head
be.
south.
Hopefully you got someone plowing out your laneway, Bob, because something tells me you're probably getting the same snow we are.
Hi, Mom, brother, and Dad. We have snow.
Yes.
We
do.
have-
We have snow.
Compacted now, but 2 feet.
Yeah, about 2 feet.
Maybe a foot now, when it's compacted. Was it confusing?
Well, not really. Like, I want to be able to hear the tunes that you guys can hear.
That's why I have it around my neck, so I can hear the tunes, but
See,
not overwhelmed by the
I'm
tunes.
deaf because I played the drums for a long time, and Bob's down near
Tampa.
Florida.
Wow.
We're down in Florida near Tampa.
Craziness.
I'm gonna keep these on for a little while, guys.
Okay.
Might look funny, but then I can hear the tunes.
Half on, half off.
Yeah. So how are folks doing? It's the Winter Solstice. It's the eve of the Winter Solstice. The
Yes.
shortest day of the year.
Super short. When it's dark around 5 here, 5 p.m., and it doesn't get light till about 8 a.m. So,
Even after that, it's like 8:30, quarter to 9 before it's like, you know it's daytime.
well, yeah.
I mean, not too
We're
fun.
not being woken up by the sun anymore, that's for sure. We are being woken up by my alarm clock instead.
Mm-hmm.
I like being woken up by the sun, so we always leave our curtains open so that we have sun to wake us up.
Mm-hmm.
But when there's no sun, that doesn't happen. Yeah, there we go. We can share with you, Bob.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, we can mail it down.
Paul, if you haven't met Bob, if you haven't met Paul, you guys both have some cool channels.
They've probably seen each other on here at least once.
Oh yeah, probably. Bob is touring around the United States right now, doing some, giving some assistance to homesteaders, prepsteaders, things like that. The Self-Reliant Roadshow. Pretty fun.
We can keep it, yeah. Hello, Brian. Nice to meet you. I'm glad you're here to share in this sloppy picnic.
Yeah, thanks for popping in, Brian.
We should probably give a background to why we called it Santa's Sloppy Picnic, Dave.
Yeah, we should. Leanna's here too.
Oh, hi,
Hey,
Leanne.
Leanna.
Well, Dave, it's your tradition.
Yeah,
Dave's tradition.
yeah. I had a tradition of, before Christmas, inviting folks over to my house to kind of get away from the stress of Christmas and just buy. You gotta be here, you gotta be there. Everything's just a big rush at this time of year.
So we had a big drop-in, come as you go, come leave whenever you want kind of party,
Yeah.
which she called Santa's Sloppy Picnic.
Yeah. And it was always a good time.
Yeah.
And it
And
was.
I've been part of it for the last 6 years.
Yeah.
But we haven't had it for a few years because we haven't been around friends and family. So this year we're still not around friends and family. So we thought, hey, we can do it virtually.
Mm-hmm.
It's tradition to have a wobbly pop
Yes.
at Santa's Sloppy Picnic, but if you don't want one, that's fine.
Yep. Root beer's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dan does not care
No.
what you put in him.
Coffee,
Yep.
so you can stay awake for all the fun
Dan,
festivities.
Dan has had a lot of coffee throughout his life. A lot.
Yeah, up to like the tip of his head.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hundreds of times.
Yeah. So today, this is Santa / solstice kind of display here. If you notice the mushrooms, because that is a very solstice type of decoration.
Yep.
And
some of the originals.
And the opening screen, which was a beautiful card that was sent to Dave for his birthday. But it's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. The reindeer and the mushrooms.
Paul Mist mug.
Yeah, he's back. Don't worry. He'll get buried in the snow a couple times this year too.
Yeah.
I'll get one of those going soon. We haven't actually, compared to last year, I'd say we've had double the snow here right now. But in the last week, it just stopped. It's been cold.
Yeah, it started dipping down cold. Not Yellowknife cold or the Line cold like my brother. He's living up in Northwest Territories. But like minus 29 Celsius it got down to one night.
Yeah.
And that's probably not even true because our thermometer outside is buried in snow.
Could have been colder.
It was probably colder than that.
Ah, Dave's here.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
We caught you at your dinner time, of course.
Yes, absolutely. You having a tortilla?
Yeah.
I hope so.
We had a tortilla today.
Yeah, for breakfast. We were hanging with some friends last night. Playing some board games, yeah. Mm-hmm. Hanging out. This morning we woke up, cooked up a tortilla. Mm-hmm. And then started shoveling off our friend's pond. And at that point, we basically just decided, okay.
Hey, Sean. Thanks for joining us.
Sean's here. Hey, Sean.
Sloppy Solstice, yeah.
How about Mom? Is Mom here too? I bet Mom's watching too.
Oh, I need to turn on my hat.
Oh, there we go. That's better.
So I found this at a secondhand store today. I'm going to adapt it for Beans, our goat. And I didn't know it light up till I saw the battery pack. So,
Leanna, when we start to hit like minus 30 and minus 40 and around there, Celsius and Fahrenheit are the same thing. I mean, I would even, as far as the way it feels, I would say that minus 30 is probably, it feels the same.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I think it's minus 40 though, is the
two. Yeah, I think minus 40 is where the two meet
where
again.
The two meet. Yeah. I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say? Must have been a lie. Maybe it'll come back to me.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Chicken tonight. We had poutine.
Yeah, we have poutine tonight.
Poutine for dinner. Very Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta have your poutine every once in a while. We thought a bit too late, but we almost had tortilla poutine. Now that is just a level above. Like
regular. Your
two
regular
levels
poutine?
of Canadian. Yeah.
Yes, actually, Leanna, we're above freezing today, too.
Yeah, we got pretty warm today.
Yeah, we got up to +2, which I'm going to say was probably 39-ish, in around there. But somewhere between 39 and 99. But I think closer to 39. So, and tomorrow's supposed to be the same. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I don't know about, like, Leanna, I don't know how close you are to the lake exactly. But Bob, this might interest you. All of the bays on this side of Lake Superior are frozen solid now. It's been that cold. It didn't lock up like this until the middle of January last year. Yeah,
so a really big, crazy storm might break it up, but people have been out on the ice. We've been driving by and people are out on the ice.
Yeah.
On Lake Superior in the bay.
Yeah.
And
I mean, obviously we've been out ice fishing too, but that was on, the small back lakes.
Yeah, we've been out ice fishing 3 times now already. But yeah, smaller, insulated, different microclimate back there.
Yeah.
Pretty cold.
Yeah. Less wind.
Yeah, it's the wind that breaks it up.
Mm-hmm.
Because it'll start to freeze and then the waves and then, yeah. Mm-hmm. 2.5 hours.
Southwest of the lake. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So you're a little ways away from there. I think the wood stove is asking for some more wood. Mm-hmm. We'll give it a couple minutes though.
Yeah.
So, why are we all here tonight, folks?
Why are we all here? Do you have an announcement, Dave?
No, I don't have an announcement. No.
I think it's because Dave is lonely.
Yeah. Tends to be the case.
The water's too soft there, eh, Bob? Soft water, yeah. It's even got salt in it.
You could probably go out for sharks or something, though, Bob. That'd be pretty fun.
Mm-hmm. As long as you put them back.
Yeah.
I do have the best hat, Sean. Hopefully it'll soon be Beans' hat, if I can adapt it Beans style.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have to... Beans has been bothering us to get out to get him a Christmas tree. So tomorrow we're going to take him out for a hike. He can pick out his Christmas tree. We'll decorate it with him, make sure he's happy with it, and then we'll take the decorations off, and then he can eat it. Because that's actually what he wants to do with the Christmas tree.
Yes.
You can tell.
Mm. Very much so.
Yeah.
He's missing green food. Grouper last night. That sounds... Is grouper yummy? I haven't had grouper.
Groupers, they're like, they look like giant...
Well, I know what they look like.
Smallmouth bass.
But I haven't eaten one.
Just huge. Like, some of the fishing videos you see on YouTube of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Man, if we were set up better, I'd try and bring up a link. Put a little video on there of some groupers, because they are just massive.
Yeah, they are big.
They could
fish.
swallow a person.
Are we getting him a girlfriend? We're thinking more of getting him a guy pal. We're thinking at some point, if everything goes as according to plan, we don't know. We don't want to make too much plans that we can't fulfill, but we're thinking about getting mini cows. And so we want to keep the male cow, the bull, away from the female cows, and so we'd have Beans with the bull.
Yeah.
We're not too certain we want to be raising a bunch of goats.
Ikey's here too.
And I don't like
And Marcy.
the smell of Beans. He smells really, really bad.
Yeah, Beans stinks. But
so if we can fix him, then
broken?
he won't. Then he won't smell anymore as much, and maybe I can eat goat cheese again, because I can't eat goat cheese anymore because it smells too much like beans and it makes me gag. And I liked goat cheese before, so the long story is maybe, but I don't know if the opportunity presents itself, possibly.
Yeah.
But then also we'd have to be milking a goat then if the worlds collide and he has a girlfriend.
Yeah. And I mean, when we got Beans, we kind of went into it knowing, or he was going to be more of a pet idea.
A lawnmower.
A lawnmower, very specifically a lawnmower.
A companion animal.
A
for other
composter.
animals.
So, and he's really small. I don't know if you can actually really tell in the videos how small he is, but
he's a pygmy goat. Dave calls him a mountain goat because we live on a hill. But he's a pygmy goat, so he's just like...
He's not much bigger than Caddis.
Yeah, he's Caddis size.
Yeah.
With horns.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, that's what we want to do. We want to have the Scottish Highland cattle, Paul.
Yep, exactly.
And maybe for the bull, we want to have... Why can't I think of it right now?
Dexter.
A Dexter, because they're even smaller than Scottish Highland cattle, and then the high Dex mix are smaller.
Hey, Doug and Wendy.
And they still look mainly like the Highland cattle, but then they have the smaller stature.
The big thing, though, is going to be figuring out how to contain them here. And, how to properly fence various livestock into one area so that we're not being intrusive with our fencing. We don't want big wooden fencing all over the place and stuff,
Yeah, so, an electric wire is going to work for the cattle, but it wouldn't work for Beans.
No, Beans would...
So we have to make sure that Beans is entertained enough of not wanting to venture because we're so close to the highway. We don't want him to go onto the highway. So, yeah. So these are all things we have to think about and plan and do it right. Hey, Doug and Wendy's here. And I also saw Green Dream Project.
Yeah, Jim and Jess are here. Doug and Wendy. Marcy.
Well, if you sit with him for a little bit, you kind of get used to the smell, but then it's on your clothes and everything. You're saying that we probably won't sit with him in the greenhouse if he smells that bad.
Well,
we'll just put up with it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
it's he needs some company. So as much as we get out there as much as we can to hang out with him because he's lonely.
Yeah, and
we feel bad about that.
We have clothes that we wear. Or a coat and gloves and stuff that we wear when we go out to chill with them and walk them and stuff.
Yes, when they're in the freezer, they'll stay put there.
Yeah, they will stay put in the freezer.
But they need to be out of the freezer for a while before, or else they will not take up too much room in the freezer.
Well, Beans might argue that he's actually in the freezer right now.
True.
I mean, he might.
He's actually just said something. Did you hear him?
Who? Beansy? Is he talking out there?
Yeah,
You can probably hear us talking.
Yeah.
If we had another camera hooked up, I could actually go out there with it and check him out, but that's okay. Okay, so one of the other things was we had a friend come up in late October, early November. He's a forest ecologist. Mm-hmm. And so we really wanted to do like an ecological assessment on our property so that we could get some ideas of areas that would be best to do some of our projects in and areas to avoid doing some of those projects in, things like that. There will be a full video coming out in sometime in January. I'm not quite sure when.
It's like this close to done.
Yeah.
So close.
But it was really cool, and I think it's something for homesteaders or just like property owners in general to consider doing as an ecological assessment on their property to determine. I mean, if you just want to mow your whole property down and have a hayfield, doesn't really matter. But for the way that we want to manage our property, it was a big thing.
Yeah, we learned, we actually learned, we didn't think we'd really learn much, to be honest. We went in there saying this might be fun, who knows, but we actually learned some things we didn't know.
Yeah.
And we're glad we did it for sure.
Like one thing that we learned was we have obviously a maple forest because we make maple syrup, but walking through the forest, Will, our friend who was here, pointed out that some of the maple trees that we have that are this tall, maybe this tall, are between 15 and 30 years old.
They could be, yes.
They could be.
Because they're just waiting for a tree to fall and some light to open up in the canopy and get big.
Mm-hmm.
So they just get stunted.
And they just sit there. They sit there and they just wait.
Hey, Thomas.
They just wait for a hole to open up. Thomas, yes. Hey, Thomas. And Jim's here too.
Hello, Jim.
Straight from the Great White South. You guys got snow down there, Jim, right now? Not sure what's going down there. I know, like up around Owen Sound and Mildmay, up in that area. I've seen some pictures from some friends that they got quite a bit of snow. But, I don't think there's anything down in Kitchener.
I don't know. Is there anything down in Kitchener, Mom? Dad? Jason?
Yeah.
You want more trees on your property? Yeah, that's another thing we want more different trees on our property. Trees are a hard one because they take so long to grow.
Mm-hmm.
So we have apple trees that we need to find a good spot for. We want elderberry. We want, we have these, it's one thing about this, it's hard to get up.
Yeah, we'll take it off, or I'll grab them.
Okay, we have butternuts from a friend's tree. So one of our friends, they have a homestead, and they have a butternut tree. And we grabbed a whole bunch of the butternuts and put them in the freezer to cold stratify them so that we can plant them. So there's a bunch of immature butternut trees on their property as well, but from what we've been reading in, what is the book called? It's a pretty cool book. It's about propagating trees. And what we read in that book is it's really hard to
I'll grab the book because it's a really cool book written by
so it's really hard.
Unfortunately, a deceased friend.
It's really hard to plant, I guess, butternuts. But these things taste a lot like walnuts. So that's what it looks like with so that's with a soft, I can't find a camera, a softer shell on it. And then they even look like walnuts when you take the...
They actually look like black morel mushrooms.
Yeah, kind of. And they're so good. They are so good. They're a little difficult to break into. Our friend, he uses a vise to break into it. Yeah, but still going.
There's the book. Growing Trees from Seed. Written by Henry Koch. And Henry was a professor at the University of Guelph. And his specialty was trees.
Yeah. Hello, PG Nato Farm. We were just watching one of your videos.
We were, yes.
That's what we had on before when you were talking about your name change.
Yep.
We like it.
Yeah, that was our warm up to getting ready to come on live here.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since we've been live, Linda. We apologize if.
So Leanna's saying it's because they have a long taproot.
Yeah, that was part of what was in that book was the taproot, which is something that I'm a little worried about here for growing them because we have limited areas that the topsoil is deeper than like a foot because it just boom hits bedrock. Really shallow topsoil here.
Dave, just get yours from next door. Oh, Oak Knock Dave can get his from next door. Okay.
Yeah.
Too many Daves.
I know. You can't know too many Daves though.
No. It's a good name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone okay with the music that we got going on?
Yeah, it's the right. We never really did the sound check, Dave.
We didn't.
Is everything okay?
We can adjust the antenna and maybe we can bring in a different radio station.
Radio station? Yeah, this is royalty-free Christmas songs, so it might not be our most favorite versions, but
yeah, but
they're all good.
It's all of the music is straight off of the YouTube music library, so it's all perfectly fine to use on your videos if you do a Christmas themed video. Jump into that YouTube music library because we also use the Epidemic Sound. We have a subscription with that, so there was some Christmas music in that, but it's just weird. It's really weird Christmas music. I mean, I don't know how to. Probably because most Christmas music is like copyright-ish.
Right. Yeah. So they have to like change it up a bit.
Yeah.
Well, anything that's over 25 years or something is all of a sudden free reign. I'm not really hearing it anyway.
Yeah, I don't know what they call it. Fair use, Creative Commons, all those kinds of things.
Mm-hmm. So everybody says the music's good.
Excellent.
Yeah, if you put it in a box, then that would make it easier to transplant because you didn't have to remove it then from the box. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, bye, Dave.
See you, buddy. You and Monique have a good night.
Hey, Stacy's here.
Stace.
Hey, sis. Having a wobbly pop? Merry Christmas.
Oh man, if I tried to find that one, Jim. That's my favorite Christmas song. Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
At work, we had this lunch thing, and they always have different like challenges or kind of trivia things related to Christmas. And this year, they had just the first letter of all the words of the first sentence of a song. So like G, R, O, B, A, R, and you have to guess what song it was. It was hard. There was about 20 of them, and I think we got 17 of them. But a lot of them start with I. And yeah, it was really, really interesting. Because you're just looking at the acronym, and sometimes your brain is just trying to spell a word out of the letters. But yeah. It was hard. It was fun, though. I'd do that again.
Kathy's here. How you doing, Kathy? Sorry if I keep looking down. I got this thing down there so I can see the chat going on. The chat that I got going on here, actually.
I think they're almost the same. Usually the chat we have up here, when we're
they
looking
are.
up there, is delayed more than our phones.
Yeah.
But
It is actually right
the same.
on. Yep.
Yeah, so it's not so bad.
Yep.
H.P. Lovecraft writing, interesting.
What?
Green Dean Project.
Interesting.
Christmas dinner for Sunday on the 22nd. It's a good day to do it. Nice and early, you get them first.
Mm-hmm.
Get the grandkids first. You'd be the first presents.
What time should we be there, Jim?
Yeah.
Is this like an early in the day thing? Later in the day? What should we bring?
Are we Mr. and Mrs. Claus? Dave
Well,
needs a little bit more gray.
I've still got 4 days.
To get more gray?
Yeah. Just go out and roll around in the snow a little bit.
You settle down. We need to settle down. Are we too like crazy there, Sean, for you? How you feeling, Sean? Like you haven't been able to get on your kayak for a while. That must be like really hard for you.
Yeah.
You're itching.
Yeah, you gotta get out. We need some more kayak pictures and videos from you, dude.
We heard a rumor, but the lady was a little intoxicated when she told us this, so she probably won't remember, that we might be able to store someone's kayaks at her house when she's gone in the winter. But I have a feeling if we mention this again to her, she would not remember that. So we'll have to bring it up again so we can have some kayaks here for you.
Yeah.
When you come up. Any of you.
Mm-hmm.
So we can go on the lake and go kayaking. That'd be fun.
Okay, I'm gonna get a fire log.
So I'm all by myself.
A Yule log.
A Yule log. Ooh. 4 p.m. we're supposed to be there. Yeah. If we could. I wish it was easier to get between the places. We need high-speed trains like they have in Europe. So we can get to places a lot faster and a lot easier. It's so hard to travel Canada. It's impossible. It takes so long. You don't want to take the train because they don't even guarantee the same day travel. It's ridiculous. Sean knows that. Yeah. It's harder to think of things to say when it's just me here. I don't understand how you guys can do this all by yourself. It's much easier when there's two people because you kind of feed off of each other. Yeah, I know. No pressure. Ah, he's almost back. So we have wood stored up against the house, not too much. And then we have wood all the way over in a woodshed. And I think Dave went all the way to the woodshed, so I'll be here for a little bit longer. Then we have some wood stored in the house, but we emptied that out, I guess, when we were cooking our poutine. Ecocentric Homestead. Hello. Welcome. Ecocentric Homestead just showed up.
Ecocentric Homestead.
That sounds like a cool name.
Welcome.
Yeah, PG, you would know. You mainly by yourself. Sometimes you have guests. Yeah.
Ugh. Coyotes are yipping.
It is the longest night. It's the most longest to keep our fire going. We need the most wood.
Yep.
So Dave, he has this issue where I think he overestimates how much wood we have. And it's slowly becoming more evident that we have less wood than he thought we had.
No, I'm not
I think at one point you thought we had 17 years worth of wood.
We did, but we gave it... No, we had 17 bush cords.
No, okay.
Yeah. Not 17 years.
I heard 17 years and I'm like, I don't even think so.
17 bush cords.
And then I think it went down to 5 years.
And we do... For heating and cooking in the house, we do like 3 bush cords a year. Which actually might be more this year. Because we don't have a working stove and oven right now.
No, so we renovated our kitchen. Another video that just needs this much to finish.
Mm-hmm.
We used repurposed almost everything except for the countertop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and shelf brackets. And we moved the stove from one area to another one just to make it feel so much bigger. And we thought it'd be easy
to move
the electrical outlet
for the stove.
We thought it'd be underneath the house, which is like a crawl space. And Dave, we took the other one all the way out, like it's not functional.
It's in the gone now.
Yeah, and then went to just move it. No idea where the wire is.
I have no idea. I've looked up in the attic. And I think what the guy did was sent it that way. Well, anyways, that way, and then up the wall, and then that way along the wall, and then this way, and so then it's just down.
In the wall, inaccessible, and no idea where it is. So we have to run new wires, I think.
Yeah.
And, well, obviously we do. And we just haven't done that yet. Thinking possibly someone who knows more what they're doing would be good to help us with that.
A bush cord ecocentric is, I mean, it's a true cord. So a lot of folks, you know, like they'll buy a cord and they'll pay maybe $100, $150 for it. And you're like, wow, that's cheap. Where do I get that wood? And you find out that what they've actually purchased is a face cord. And so a true cord of wood is 8 feet. If you're looking straight at it, it's 8 feet long, 4 feet tall, and then 4 feet deep. Okay? So with that 4 feet deep, divide that by 3, and you would have 3 16-inch sections to make the depth of that cord. So a face cord is a third of a cord, essentially, depending on the length that the wood is cut to. So a bush cord is just a true cord. I call it a bush cord because, I mean, when I was a kid, that's what my dad called it.
That was a very long explanation, but very informative. Yes, sound like we need an electrician. And yeah, green dream project. Why don't you just do it first? Make a video about it.
Yes.
Wire your stove, and then we'll be set.
And start with the stove.
Yes, start with the stove.
Yes.
First thing you need electricity for in your house is a stove. Yeah. Obviously.
Because I really don't even want the stove.
I know Dave keeps on talking about how we never bake anything anymore. So why do we even need a stove? I'm like, we don't bake anything anymore because we don't have an oven. And I would bake things if I had an oven. I make bread, and I've had to like try to figure out ways of making bread. So I've been making it in a crock pot. I've been making it on the wood stove, and every time it's just not as good as baking it. Another thing would be having one of those like inserts that go in your, Bob, this is hard, that go in your stovepipe, and it's like, it pushes the heat around it, and it becomes an oven. But that's only useful in the winter, because I don't want to have that going in the summer. So then be only baking in the winter? And how big can we possibly have that? It's all these things. I really want the stove. And it's a tiny stove.
It is a tiny stove.
It's like apartment size, antique-ish from like the 60s or the 70s stove. And it's really cool. And so I don't think it takes up too much space.
No, it's just one of those things that, I mean, we haven't used it since July.
Because
it's not usable.
We can't.
But
we have an induction heater to heat up our water for our coffee in the morning. That's about all we use it for.
Yeah.
We don't have
cooking on there.
Because we don't have a coffee maker. We just use like a thing that's called an AeroPress. We use it maybe if we need something like properly boiled or something like that. We'll do it on there, on the induction heater, which is sitting on top of the stove right now. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bake my bread in a Dutch oven on the wood stove. I do that, Paul. But it's just not as good as baking it in the oven. It doesn't rise as much, I've found, unless I'm just not doing it right.
I think it's just as good, personally.
I find the crock-pot method, actually, it rises more and works better. But then it's softer. Like, the crust isn't as hard. It's moist.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would like to have lasagna. And to bake, like, roast chicken.
I would too, but I'd prefer to figure out how to use that to do that.
Not in the summer, though.
No, in the summer we cook on the fire pit outside.
Anywho, I think we should still have a stove. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird like that. Yeah. And so where did we get that from?
Just look up there.
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
An easy bake oven. There you go, Stacy. That's what we need.
Yeah.
We want less things that we can plug in, though. Like, we want to even get rid of our crock pot. Just want to have less things that we rely on electricity for.
Mm.
Ideally, we would have a propane stove.
Yeah.
An oven.
Ideally.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, in the bunkie...
In the bunkie, we're not having a kitchen, are we?
I don't know. Maybe we will.
We're kind of narrowing down. We're kind of thinking... So there's a insulated sea can. What are they called? Like shipping container that was on our property when we got here. And we've been using it to store like our tools and our camping gear and our fishing gear. But now we're thinking we should convert that into our bunkie. Because it's already insulated. It's already solid. We just need to cut out a door and a window. And put a new flooring in it and stuff like that. So it's one of our newest ideas about getting a bunkie faster without having to start from scratch.
Yeah.
But just a few weeks before that, someone was trying to sell a whole bunch of logs that would be enough to make a log cabin bunkie. And that also sounded nice to us.
It did.
But that'd be a lot more work. Yes, reduce our electrical needs. We're probably even getting rid of our toaster. I've phased out the toaster and I don't use it anymore. So we're probably going to get rid of our toaster.
So I can have my baking sheet back?
So you can have your baking sheet back. I
Even
put the baking
bake
sheet
anymore.
underneath. Exactly. Why do you need a baking sheet? Put the baking sheet underneath the toaster so that when I move it around, the crumbs don't go everywhere. It's nice and clean then.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we could probably get rid of the toaster. Because if I ever want to toast anything, I just throw it on the wood stove. And I don't know what we'll do in the summer.
Well, we
Just
gotta
not have toast.
No, remember that toaster? I have that camping toaster. It's like a toaster. It's circular. It's got these little things on it, and you put your bread on those, and you set it on top.
Oh, you put it like on a fire or
like a Coleman
barbecue,
stove, or
yeah.
yeah.
I like do that. Instapot, but that's another thing to plug in though.
Yeah, that's another plug-in thing.
Yeah.
Because we can do the roast chickens in the Dutch ovens on the top of the wood stove.
Yeah. One of our small chickens. I don't know if our big chickens.
No.
So our second batch of chickens, they got really big.
Oh yeah, man! Like
Two breasts for us is like 3 meals.
Yeah.
Like 3 meals with 2
3
of
or
us
4 meals.
eating. It's ridiculous. We like take out the breasts and we're like, oh no, now we're gonna have chicken for 3 days.
Yeah. Like if we do that again, I think we should just pack
put
one breast.
One breast per vacuum seal, yeah. It's so much. They're just so big.
They came out the first round, I think, averaged like 5 or 6 pounds. The second round though was like 8 to 10 pound birds. Just huge. I mean, and even like they were cold for a while. Like I kind of expected them to lose a little bit of weight because we had that cold snap come for like a week.
Sorry, I was reading the comments. There's something talking about inspectors and running conduit in Romex and a conduit. We must be missing a whole conversation about electricity.
No, Ecocentric and Jim are talking about some stuff. Doing some wiring.
Yeah. So we live in a unorganized township. So we could get it done without a building permit, but if we try to sell the place and it wasn't done right, we couldn't sell it.
Yeah. Well,
or if anything went wrong,
it would come up as a problem.
Yeah, and if anything went wrong, like something caught fire, our insurance probably wouldn't cover it either. So it's one of those things like you don't need building permits, but you really do. Like you really need to do it right anyways.
If you want your insurance to stick.
If you want your insurance to stick and you want to be able to sell it someday or just have it as an option, like, you know, our great grand nieces and nephews when they want to sell it.
Steve is doing great, Mom.
Yeah.
He's keeping an eye on things in the coop out there.
She is the master of the coop.
Yeah.
Steve is our turkey. And she is getting along with our chickens. She doesn't want you to tell her that she's a turkey. She's blending in with the chickens.
Yeah.
Dave's now considering keeping her and maybe trying to breed her and finding a boyfriend for her. Too bad Beans and Steve couldn't.
Yeah.
That's also come up, actually, like letting them hang out together.
Hey, Howie. Kathy, yes, we 100% have plans for an outdoor kitchen. And I think it was August this year, we got the floor put in, or the deck, we might call it, on this side of the house. So
That was a score.
Yeah, we have the foundation for the outdoor kitchen put in. I have my posts picked out in the bush here for the
Posts
to support the roof.
Yeah, we're gonna do kind of like a pole barn style covered porch. But the deck, someone was taking their deck, took their deck down, and they had all the old boards, which were perfectly fine. They just didn't like the paint they had on them. So we got all of those, as well as fence boards.
Stairs for the front
of the house that we put on the front of the house, so it's no longer door to nowhere. All of them for $25. So we were able to use, and it came with a bunch of 2x6s in it as well. And we had extra 2x6s left over from the old cabin or whatever it was that was torn down when we got here. So we were able to build a deck for basically the price of screws, and it's working really well for us. It fell about, I don't know, maybe 10 boards short of as long as our house, but for the price of screws, like, you can't go wrong there.
Yeah, I mean,
and we've used the boards like shorter version boards that they had ripped and like broke in other places, and
pieces of the greenhouse,
the smoker, boxes for our kitchen were made out of the fence boards. So it was a great score.
Yeah.
And now we have the base to go from, and then we can get a roof at some point, which is great, because before we had nothing outside.
Have a good night, Bob.
Bye, Bob. So that was a good score.
Mm-hmm.
We've had some luck with that. I keep on going on Facebook and Kijiji and going to the free Kijiji. They don't have Kijiji in the States, do they? It's kind of like Craigslist.
Yeah.
And just looking for free. So we also got boards for Beans's door. That was like a fence gate that someone just was like, get rid of this. I don't want this on my property anymore. Dunster's. Can you hear Dunster? Can you hear a cat? She's trying to get into her food.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll let them in. I need to.
Dunster.
So it's also how they get to where they go number 1 and 2, which we don't want them doing elsewhere.
No, not particularly. Dunster's pretty good about it. He goes outside most of the time.
Yeah. And then Kaz is drinking. Our animals are loud. Oh no, did you forget we had water, Caddis? Yeah. YouTube is you. YouTube is you wants to know who we are.
Come here.
That must be a bot?
I don't know. On? I'll show you who we are. YouTube is you.
Yeah. Come on. Up. On. Girl. There she is.
There. Look. It's
you. YouTube is you.
There you go, YouTube is you.
That's Caddis. She. Yeah. Who are you? What is the meaning behind tonight's title? Oh, Kathy, you missed it. We described it too early.
Yeah.
So it's a tradition that Dave has done for a long time, and I've done it for a few years with him. And it's just getting together before the Christmas season and having having a few wobbly pops.
Just getting the stress out of Christmas.
Nothing stressful. Drop in, stay as long as you want, leave when you want. So that's what it means.
Yeah.
And it usually gets sloppy. And you eat finger foods.
Yeah.
Picnic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think there's... And sometimes there's ants there.
And drunkles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we still gotta try and sneak all the ants and drunkles and boozins up here sometime, because...
There's actually 2 saws, but we had to turn this.
Yeah, there's
another one up there.
They're all from my grandparents' farm. Yeah. In southern Ontario.
Yeah, he was a collector, inspirational collector. And a lot of cool stuff. The little phone here that you can barely see too. Yeah. That was from the farm too. It was just dusty in a corner underneath some hay, some straw. Yeah.
We salvaged what we could out of the old homestead.
Yeah. That was our first homestead. We had a little trailer, like a travel trailer, for one summer on just beside the little pond they had made.
Hey, Virginia!
And we were off-grid there and grew our first big garden. Big market garden. It was great. I have a nice Ontario craft brewery, actually. It's Muskoka Snickerdoodle Snout.
Shenanigans Stout.
Oh. Or Snickerdoodle Snout. Why not? Shenanigans Snout. Snout? Oh my goodness. Maybe I've had one too many wobbly pops.
I think you've only had that one.
I've had one too many. Wobbly pops. Is that a universal term? Is that something that maybe Americans don't know? Do you guys know what a wobbly pop is?
What made us do YouTube? YouTube is you. Well, it really began just as being able to share what we were doing with our family and our friends, because we moved thousands and thousands of kilometers or miles away from everyone we knew to start homesteading and to try to live a self-sufficient life. And we wanted to share that. And
we also wanted to document it for ourselves.
Yeah, so we can
we're bad at remembering things. It's like, when did the first snow last year? When did it do that? And we tried to journal and it didn't work. So we started with a website to collect all our recipes. That's how it actually started. Mm-hmm. All this online stuff started because we wanted a website somewhere so we could put all our recipes so we didn't have to find them.
That is
actually how it started.
The actual route, because that was in Connecticut that we started doing that.
And it also was a way of finding TV channels online. Or was that a different website?
No, that was, finding like stuff to watch online.
And so that's how it all started, actually. And then we thought, well, why don't we put more things on there? And so we started blogging on it. And then Dave used to have YouTube channels before.
Thanks, Thomas, you too.
More fishing related. So Dave convinced me. What am I going to do on a video? Like, I don't know how to do this stuff. And he convinced me that we should start making videos. And the reception was pretty well. Yeah. So we decided to make more.
Yeah. And people started watching who we didn't know.
Yeah. And so then it kind of evolved from there.
Yeah. And now the cool thing is...
And look at us now. Yeah.
We have met, the vast majority of people that are in the chat right now, we talk to in some way or another. We visit them on their videos, on their live streams. We email each other. We share photos and things like that, whether that be through texting or through Instagram. And we just all share this common thing that,
Yeah, the community is something I did not expect. And I really appreciate.
Mm-hmm. It's different from things like Facebook and stuff, because it's a video.
I gotta show something. Can we show the door, you think?
I don't know.
Our cat is deciding whether or not she wants to go outside.
There he goes.
She's decided. So she tore a hole in our screen and made herself a cat door. So I thought it was just funny that she was sitting there for about a minute. It's like, is it too cold out? Is it too much snow?
Yeah.
So we have our windows open because our wood stove here is way too big. But awesome to cook on, so it's hard to decide what to do.
Oh man, Jim, the junk collaboration. I was actually gonna poke you, see if you guys wanted to do another one of those this winter. So we can yak about that on email or Instagram or whatever, but that was so fun. I mean, the junk project collaboration, that was so much fun.
At the beginning there, we did a few collaborations and they fizzled out. What was the last collaboration? I think it was the stool. Was it the stool? The make your own like kind of chair thing? Stool? No, that was a different thing. The brush?
The junk collaboration.
I know. I'm saying, what was the last collaboration we did? We haven't done a collaboration in a while.
It's been a while. That's because summer came.
Summer makes you busy.
Yeah.
We were so busy.
Mrs. B's got a tip for you there about making your bread, though.
Saf Instant Yeast.
Look into it.
I will.
Because, I mean...
I will.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, because when you do it in the slow cooker, it kind of proofs. I proof it, and then I let it, because it takes a while to the slow cooker to heat up, it actually kind of lets it proof while it's in the slow cooker as well, and that's why I think it rises more. But on the wood stove, it just seems to sink, because it's just not hot enough. It's only hot on the bottom. It's not, like, it's kind of hot on the sides, but not as hot as the bottom. But I just think I just need to practice more, and maybe try this instant yeast. Yeah.
One of the cool things too about that junk collaboration, the junk project collaboration, was Bobblehead Homestead was totally into that, and he started sharing all the videos around.
That got everyone a bunch of subscribers.
Yeah,
I think.
That was just a really cool.
For that one, I made a shelf. I made a shelf for the bathroom out of a skid.
And Jim and Jess made bird
feeders.
Yeah, really cool ones.
Yeah. Those were really cool.
I'm not going to give much away about that, but folks should check that out because...
Yeah, go back in history.
Yeah.
Because that's like a year ago.
Yeah.
Because that's when we still had the wood pile outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're still using that shelf. Still looking good. We're almost got a theme now of pallet wood in the bathroom because I also built I don't know, call them like doors essentially for below our sink out of pallet wood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See you, Marcy.
Oh, bye,
Have
Marcy.
a good night.
Elflores is here.
Yeah.
Hello.
Nice to see you, buddy.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for showing up. We got 26 people watching. Short notice. Such short notice.
Yeah. We only decided to do this afternoon. We were just
we've been pushing this like back and forth. Should we do it? Should we not do it? And then yesterday we're like, we're not gonna have time to do it tomorrow. And then when we're driving here, let's just do it. Let's just do it. It's not as crazy as some of the ones we used to do where we had videos come up here and then like I don't know, all the other stuff that we had, so it's just us.
But we will.
And we didn't have like a plan, we don't have a list.
Yeah. Well, we have a playlist of music.
We have music.
So we do have a list.
We have a list of some sort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean
I know. Dave the problem is Dave does all the editing of the videos. And he does not like editing how-to videos. And my manufacturer's channel is supposed to be more like me building stuff. And those are all, maybe not even how-to, but how we do even videos. Maker videos. I just call them how we do because it's not a how-to because I probably don't do it right. And so maybe in the winter, maybe I'll make one. For a second there, I thought I had my first one because our KitchenAid stand mixer, speaking of another thing you have to plug in, I love it anyways, it just stopped working. So I thought I might have to take it apart and figure out how to fix it. And I was like, well, that would be a good first video as a consolation prize for it not working. It's about probably at least 7 years old. No, probably like 10 years old. And it's still working great, so I can't complain. We do have some videos, though. I changed the light in my Jeep. Where's that video, Dave?
I don't know, there's a bunch.
There's
a bunch that I do. I'm guilty of not doing the things that I should have done.
But if it's my channel, then I should do it.
You should, correct?
But I don't know how.
Doug, we are going to be stepping into our regular weekly live streams again next end of... I'm gonna say mid-January to be safe.
This is news to me.
I'm going to be stepping into the live streams again.
I want to do it a different day.
What do you guys think? We usually do it Friday nights at 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm. I kind of want to do it a different day, like maybe Thursday, unless who was that? Who was Thursdays? That was Andrew.
Andrew, the bearded giant, was usually on Thursdays.
Andrew. Oh, there's a cat. Here's our other cat. That's our 3-legged cat.
Yeah.
She doesn't go outside. Minnow. Hey, Minnow. That's our cat that knows how to go washroom on the toilet. She taught herself how to go to the washroom on the toilet.
That sounds awesome, Thomas. You have a good night, buddy.
Knife?
Yeah.
You've had too many wobbly pops
I
now,
know.
too.
Well, he's talking.
See, that's why it's sloppy.
He's talking about a wild pig.
Oh.
You need a knife.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to make a whip sound.
We have a ridiculous amount of video that we have to figure out bringing it to you guys.
Yes.
Like,
a lot of it just doesn't feel right yet. You kind of Dave wants to do, you guys watch, what's it? Alaska: The Last Frontier. A lot of times they piece together videos with them, just video like this, of people just sitting there and just chatting about the video. We're thinking that might finish off some of the videos if we just sat down and did that.
Yeah, because a lot of the video, we just filmed it. We didn't, we wanted to have the video, to document it on video, but we didn't really talk much. You know, if we were building the chicken coop, for example, and ripping apart old reused lumber and stuff like that, there's not much that we were talking about while we were doing it. So
no.
But man, there's a lot of video. We're talking 2 terabytes worth of just from the summer. I mean,
and we have 5 cameras between the drone, our phones, the normal, a smaller kind of camera that's good for filming, and then our big one, and then it's not a GoPro but a Garmin version of a GoPro. And so there's film in all these different places, and a lot of times there's 3 shots of the same thing, and it's just so much. I feel for Dave. I don't judge him at all for not having it done. It's cause it's so much work to get it done and to get it good. The videos we're putting out now are the easy ones that you're just walking around with the camera, because those are the ones that don't need all the editing.
Yeah, they're just nice, simple, quick.
Yeah, we're thinking about turning them into 20-minute long, fancier videos, but also as soon as we put the word to it, we said we want these to be fancier. That made it harder to finish them.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden now we had this higher standard we wanted to set for ourselves for these videos. Yeah. Just doing works, Jim?
Yeah.
Jim. Yeah. Voiceovers, yeah.
Yeah. So, come January, we'll start hammering some of that stuff out, though. Because a very large amount of that is based on our 2019 goals video that we put out at the beginning of... Actually, I think it was on December 31st last year.
Yes, that was another collaboration.
It was, with Donnie from Homesteading with the Heberts.
Mm-hmm. It was coming up with goals. We did pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
We did pretty well. There's some of them that were some high goals, lofty goals that we did not get done. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So we didn't really set an idea of time for this one. So we've been for an hour. So if you have to leave, totally understand. But we're just gonna keep going until it feels like we're done.
Yeah.
No more than 2 hours for sure.
Yeah.
But
if folks are hanging around chatting, we'll hang around and chat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just realized it's 9 o'clock.
9:03.
9:03. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes. What time is it where everyone is right now?
Yeah. Yeah. We don't tend to have overseas people like some of the other...
No, we used to have a couple folks from the UK that would pop in.
Because it's really late.
He was another Dave.
Yeah.
I can't remember what his channel name is, though.
Mm-hmm.
I actually haven't seen him for a while. I'll have to find his channel and see if he's still...
Go until we passed out. We'll bring you guys into the bedroom. Let's fall asleep together.
You don't want to listen to her snoring.
Oh, me snoring. I just might get the computer wet with all my drooling.
So we got Jim and Jess are 7 p.m. Linda is 6 p.m.
8.
Leanna is 8. Kathy is 8. Jim's 8. Out west. Whereabouts are you?
9 for Howie. Pete's little homestead. Hello there. 9 for you.
And Howie. Howie's the same time zone as us.
Yeah.
And the fishing's been good, Howie.
Yeah. New Brunswick.
Ah, yes. Whereabouts in New Brunswick are you, MB guy? I have a lot of family out in New Brunswick.
Rhode Island. We were so close to you when we were in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Oh, I just saw some buffering.
Yeah, that might happen.
Sorry if it buffers. Yeah, we really thought it was really funny.
Reno, okay. Cool.
RIDEM. The acronym for the Rhode Island Department of Environmental Management?
Yeah.
RIDEM. And then for Connecticut, it was Department of Energy and...
No, Environment and Energy.
Planning? Something deep. It's RIDEM, deep. Right beside each other. I thought that was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
But what would it stand for? DEEP. Department of
Protection.
Energy and Environmental Protection?
Yeah.
I wonder if they're still that. Those department things change a lot when you have different governments. They like to change the names of the departments.
Just north of Bathurst. Seriously, man? So my family is from New Mills. Charlotte. Just east of Dalhousie, Campbellton, in around there. That is very cool, MB guy. We may, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some of that, 6 degrees of separation or whatever it is.
You probably know some of his cousins.
Yeah, probably.
Jim, I would like to sing that song, but I can't. Copyright issues.
What song is that?
He shot a man in Reno.
Say it.
Just to watch him die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sue? A boy named
Sue?
Sue? A boy named Sue.
Yeah. We live in the Soo.
We do live in the Soo. See, this is all coming together now.
Sault Ste. Marie. You were in Connecticut 2 weeks ago. It's been a while. When we were in Connecticut, was that 2015?
4 years ago, I guess.
2015. Yeah.
Yeah, we only lived there for a short period of time.
11 months. I was there for 11 months. Yeah. Dave was there for 6 months.
Yeah, I was there for about 6 months, and then I said, nope, let's go back. Let's go back to Canada. There's no fishing in Connecticut.
Well, there was fishing. It was a lot of it stock, though.
Yeah.
And Dave couldn't work when he was there.
Yeah, it got pretty boring.
And we were renting, so it's not like he could work on the property.
Well, to an extent, I could. I mean...
We did. Well, you cut wood. That's where we did a lot of our... we were on a property with 1 million oak trees, so it wasn't hard to find chicken of the woods there, that was for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of chicken of the woods that filled up a lot of our mushroom needs. It wasn't a big year for acorns, though, so we didn't get to do much with the acorns.
No.
We got to do a lot with ticks.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But we had more ticks in Manitoba.
Oh yeah, by
way
far.
more ticks. But we still went out even though there was ticks. Some people we knew, they just wouldn't go outside in Connecticut because they were afraid of Lyme disease. So we just not go outside. And it's a real thing there. I knew someone that came down with Lyme pretty bad, almost like a stroke. Lost feeling in half his face.
Yeah.
We knew a dog that passed away due to Lyme disease. So it's a real thing there. It's a real problem. In Manitoba, a lot of them weren't Lyme carrying ticks.
No, they were mainly dog ticks out in Manitoba. We did find a few deer ticks, but it wasn't...
Jam, you're just full of them tonight. Ah, you want to go by Choo Choo? Maybe you should seed them. I don't know if you can seed them, McCoy. Like get a plug.
Awesome,
I think you can buy plugs of Chicken of the Woods.
Plugs? Chicken of the Woods?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
I don't
not.
Maybe.
Maybe Dave would know more about this. He's looked into that a lot.
Yeah, Okanob. He's been doing... Because, Leanna's just started... she's got some pretty cool mushroom stuff going on. Mushroom cultivation stuff.
Yeah, Sean would know about the ticks. You still have nightmares, eh?
Yeah.
Sean came out to visit us when we were in Manitoba. He's helped us harvest morels.
Yep.
Whole bunch of morel mushrooms. We had a lot of morel mushrooms on our property there. We didn't find any on our property this year.
No, not here. But we may next year, because...
We know where they are. We definitely filled our pantry with chanterelles, though, instead.
Yeah.
So it was a big switch. So when we were in Manitoba, all we ate was morels. And here, all we're eating, not all, but a main source was chanterelles.
Yeah. Golden chanterelles and winter chanterelles. Man, like just... And not mushroom related, but fiddleheads. We have probably 4 pounds left in the freezer of fiddleheads. And I think that might be all of the foraged chaga. Lots of chaga. And amanita.
Amanita. And we also have
that
a little bit
those
of...
mushrooms in right there. We have lots of those dried and stored here.
Waiting for our... one of us to try it. Because I don't want both of us to try it.
Not at the same time.
But what's the other mushroom we have all ground up for powder?
Pheasant back.
Pheasant back.
Yeah.
We also have that. It makes a really good mushroom like gravy. We didn't really like it eating it. It was too tough.
Yeah.
But dried and then ground up makes a really good mushroom gravy. We don't have much of that left though, but we still have some. We should have had some in the poutine today.
Yeah. The pheasant backs are kind of an interesting mushroom because when you cut them off of when you harvest them, they smell like cucumber or watermelon. Like it's a very melony aroma that they have. And if you have a bag full, like it smells like you're carrying a plate of watermelon around.
Makes you want to eat them?
It does, yeah.
Yeah. So other than that, foraged, that might be it, yeah.
Yeah, the aspen oysters, Leanna, that, because when we were in Manitoba, that was, our forest was just entirely aspen.
It could have just been one aspen.
Yeah.
Because they do the whole roots.
And we had, springtime was the morels, and then summertime was the oysters.
Yes, we had a lot of oysters there. And yes, we had a lot of small puffballs, ton of puffball mushrooms as well. I don't like them as much as the chanterelles. I find them just kind of a weird texture and not a lot of flavor. But we had a bunch of those, and we dried some too. They're over there. I'm not too sure. We do have some of that, I guess. But we didn't get any giant ones. We thought we saw a giant on the side of the road, and we even turned around and came back to get it, but it wasn't. Yeah,
it was. I'm pretty sure it was what is known as horse mushroom. They're really big, like dinner plate sized mushrooms. But mushrooms aren't something you want to play around with. You know, you want to know what you're harvesting and what you're consuming.
For sure. Yeah, but we had a good time this year with a lot of mushrooms. The chanterelles, we were not going far, very close. We were finding them on Crown land, and then we discovered them everywhere on our property. They're just everywhere. So we definitely have a good source on our property of chanterelles. Good evening, TNS Dogs Dragonflies Farm.
I might have missed something there, Jim. Just with the with inexpensive places getting close to Lakehead. Are you talking university up near Thunder Bay, places up in that area?
Ooh, you're moving up here?
He's gonna move up here. Yeah. He's gonna.
That'd be great.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, there are Christmas / solstice. The mushrooms are for solstice. Yeah.
Yep. Definitely.
It was fun to make.
What is the exact time that we hit the solstice? There is like I'm gonna look it up.
Google.
Watch. It'll be like right now. It'll just be weird.
That'd be weird.
Yeah.
It'd be weird if it was right now. 9:14. Mushroom blocks. Sapper is making his own mushroom blocks.
11:19 p.m.
Who else makes mushroom blocks?
Eastern time.
Is what's her name? She moved to the smaller homestead. I don't remember her name right now. With the dark hair.
PG Nano?
No. She hasn't put a lot of videos out lately. Her and her wife.
I don't know.
Cleavage.
Oh, Punky Rooster.
Punky
yeah,
Rooster.
She does a lot of mushroom
She just
related videos.
She makes every aspect of it. It looks very like you need to be very sterile. But I don't know if we have the space to make sure we have everything sterile for that. Because basically you see our house right now.
You did nail it, Jason. That's awesome. I actually hadn't even looked that up until right now. There's a big pagan festival that is going on just south of us right now they're probably building up to
was Krampus shows up at the festival?
Yeah.
And they walk in on a spiral.
Yeah, all the kids hold candles and walk in a spiral, and then Krampus shows up and takes them all away.
Algonquin Park played a big role in my life growing up, Jim. I can understand the desire to be close to there. It's a big, big provincial park in Ontario. Massive. And it's just got so many great canoe routes and lakes and fishing, and it's just great. And it's a Canadian Shield kind of habitat.
Are you talking about a simple mushroom setup?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, I'll have to check that out. I haven't... I've been slacking on some of my YouTube channels, but I'll have to sneak over to his and check it out.
Chickadoot.
Chickadoot?
Chickadoot. His Canadian showing. Chickadoot in a boot. Yeah, I don't think I have a Canadian accent until I hear myself say some things like that.
I know, Jason. We were last night. We were hanging out with friends down there, and we should have planned to be down there for the whole weekend because they're at the festival right now, and they were bugging us to stay, but we hadn't planned
to be gone for more than one night. When you have a homestead, it takes a lot of planning. Yeah. But I can only handle so much full-on kid action because they tend to flock to me, and I don't know what to do with kids, so I get very tired. Tired because I don't know how to handle kids. I know how to handle them, but that's kind of an exaggeration. I've had lots of kids growing up, but it's been a while since I've had to deal with kids, so when you get a lot of kid at once, it's overwhelming.
I have to answer a question for Howie.
Yeah.
Visually.
We do have maple syrup left. Oh, that's the question, sorry. Barry's Bay, I think I know that area.
Namaste?
Barry's Bay.
Barry's Bay, yeah.
I don't know names of things. Oh. This is the answer. This is one of the bottles of our Wilderstead syrup. There's a little gold label on it. You need one of those. Your address.
And we'll be in the new year. We will be doing. I think we're gonna do our first giveaway of just some stuff. There's gonna be like no real requirements necessarily to win the giveaway.
Because we've been playing around with, we were led onto this one by Jason, actually, Teespring. They put their logo on stuff. So we've been playing around with some logos on that. So we want to, buy some first to see how it looks. And so if it looks good, then that will be included in it. You can get like a bag. So it'd be like a bag with our logo on it, and then it would be filled with goodies from the homestead. So it would be maple syrup and chaga and... What are those pot holder crochet things? Yeah.
Among other things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll toss some flies in there, some jigs, various fishing things.
Bye, Thrifty VG. I don't know if I saw you come in, but I'm glad you came and sorry to see you leave.
Oh yeah, Virginia's been here for a while.
Oh, I'm bad.
It's
so small, the little chat room.
I know, it's hard to see. I suppose we could probably make that bigger. Make it easier. Look at that.
Oh, you just broke the internet.
Uh-oh.
Would that be bad?
It'd be hilarious.
Oh, we could just do this. Psh.
Kevin's not here, so we can break the internet if we want to.
Mm-hmm.
The problem now is we can't see the other thing, so we don't know if we actually broke the internet.
Yeah.
But yeah, stay tuned for the giveaway that we're going to do.
The thing about mailing to Americans, though, can we mail syrup to Americans?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Yep.
Solved.
And I mean, a lot of it is just the U.S. border customs thing, whatever they have there. They can just say, no, throw that in the garbage.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it's weird. It's hard to mail stuff down there. I wish it wasn't so hard, but...
Because you couldn't drive with it over the border, could you?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Maple syrup.
Yep.
As long as it's sealed?
Yeah.
Because you can't drive down there with oranges. Florida oranges.
Because it's an agricultural product. It's not processed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, like, you could go even... Because I got detained one time.
Arrested.
For having Florida oranges in the car when we were driving down to Vermont. And I was really confused because the border guy, this was like, I don't know, 1999, 2000, somewhere around in there.
You were born already then?
I think so. But he's like pulls me into secondary questioning because of my oranges that I had on the seat. And I was like, dude, they're from Florida, man. Like, if anything, I'm bringing them home. And
down to Bob.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
he had to eat them all.
Well, I was given the choice of throwing them in the garbage in the office of the border guy or eating them. So I opted to sit there for an hour and eat the oranges and in the office of the fellow and just chat with him.
So that is frozen.
That is?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should get out of here. It's still, I don't know, it's still going. I think that...
Yes, Jason, you need to find someone to look after you so you can come visit. And hopefully we'll have the bunkie there so you have some privacy when you come visit.
Yeah, and, well, I mean, it would be nice to get down to visit Jason, too, next year.
Oh, yeah, we keep on saying we're going
to
visit Jason because we have plans to go that direction, and then we end up not going. And we have to tell him, sorry, we're not going. But it's nothing to do with you, it's just... We just end up not going that way.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in Ottawa
March 3rd.
3rd. I'm going to a meeting in Ottawa. Headquarters. Canadian headquarters.
Justin Trudeau is her boss.
Yeah.
So she's got to go and
visit my boss. But I think that's going to be a crazy whirlwind of just a couple days. So I don't know if they'll be able to do anything when I'm there.
Yeah. I won't be able to go because it's going to be like peak of maple syrup season.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd say that'd be a good time to do it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'll be there and hopefully have a beaver tail.
And you can get beaver tails right down here in Sault Ste. Marie.
And I can... Well, I won't be able to bring my skates because I never check baggage, and I bet ice skates would be forbidden in your carry-on because that would be like a weapon.
I don't know.
I could use it as a... Like, that's sharp. Skates are sharp.
Yeah?
I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think ice skates would be allowed on
an airplane?
On an airplane. Skates on a plane.
Well,
skates.
Oh man, you can totally do
that
a video.
That is a new parody.
You can totally do a video. Skates on a plane.
Oh, there's skates on a plane.
Oh man.
Oh no. That is a Canadian parody.
You can get a checked bag though.
Yeah, I could get a check bag.
If you can't get a checked
work,
bag, I'm calling Justin tomorrow, and I'm gonna tell him like, dude, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, we can have coffee. Go skate on the Rideau Canal. Did you know that Manitoba is trying to compete with you guys for the longest? The longest continuous ice rink. Because so in Ottawa, what they do is they plow or maintain the river. The river freezes over and they maintain that as an ice skating thing. And in Manitoba, they have a similar river. Well, not a similar river. They have the Red River going through town, and they've been increasing the length of this with their maintained section every year. And they are, like this year, they might actually beat you. They might beat Ottawa. And people in Ottawa don't even realize that this is like a possibility, that they might lose the title of the longest continuous or most surface area of ice skating rink. Yeah, Kathy doesn't think you can carry on skates. I don't think so. If you can't carry on, like...
This is Canada. Come on. We all wear skates in the winter.
Yeah. Still a weapon. Yes! Paul, you're right. After he ate all those oranges, he still took them over the border. But in a different format, I guess. They were processed. They were processed foods then. Yeah. Sappy. Oh, thank you. The link, so Dave doesn't have to. You don't have to go searching for the link. World title on the line, yeah. Oh, good night, Doug and Wendy. Thanks for stopping by. Yes, on such short notice. Thank you, everybody. I have to say that again and again. Yeah. Oh, did you see that we organized our pots differently now? They're still there, but there's a slightly different organization that Dave set up. It's working well for us. We have a lot of cast iron, which is great because the induction cooker, some of our normal cookware doesn't actually work on it because it needs to be magnetic for the induction cooker to work, which is interesting. I have to look into that. I don't actually know how that works, how the induction cooker works. I feel weird now that I don't know how that works. Bunnies on a plane? Ooh, to bring them back? Can we bring bunnies on a plane? Maybe if they could fit, if it's my personal support bunny.
Bunnies? Oh yeah, no, you could totally bring...
My personal support bunnies?
Yes. You're not
I
gonna
could
have
have
bunnies ready to go, but actually that's a few months
personal
away,
support bunnies and good. No, because you can, like, as long as it fits in like a carry-on size bag, you can bring like cats and dogs.
And if your dog's too big, you just buy him a ticket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are we at here?
Where are we at? We've decided that you can't bring skates in checked baggage. Not checked, carry on.
Oh. It's upsetting.
It's been decided.
It's upsetting.
You got an Instapot on sale you've not tried yet. Yeah. Yeah. Dave doesn't want an Instapot because he likes slow cooking.
I do. I really like slow cooking.
But he doesn't like slow cookers.
I don't like slow cookers. Yeah.
But he likes slow cooking. Yeah.
I usually start to prepare dinner at around 6 p.m.
And we eat at midnight.
No, we eat at like 9. Come on.
Feels like midnight.
But I enjoy cooking, and I enjoy allowing the house to fill with the aromas of what we're going to eat.
Mm-hmm. It does smell very nice in this house often.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not Playboy bunnies, Jim. Mind gutter out.
Well, I'll just leave it at that. Man, we still got to get Jim in on a live stream. Do you remember that live stream we watched? Jim, have you done any other live streams? Like, I know you were a guest on that one. Have you done any other ones aside from that? Because that was, like, awesome.
Well, we tried to figure the live stream out with Jason, and
I know, and the thing worked
it just
fine.
Fell apart when we went live,
yep.
Which was really sad.
It worked perfectly fine. I would like to try that again with Jason, because the really cool thing is, like, we're so close and
because Dave keeps on putting wood in it, but it's not actually burning.
No, I think we had them closed up.
Oh.
So I just opened up the dampers.
So he keeps on putting wood in a non-burning stove. That's why it stopped.
Yeah.
It's not even hot anymore. But it's hot in here. It's 21 degrees.
Yeah. -1 outside. It's nice and warm out there.
It's -1.6 outside. So that is just below freezing. He just did one. He did a giveaway. You missed it. We'll have to watch it.
Oh man! Oh yeah! I do recall too. Last year when you did that, the live stream giveaway. But I'm talking like live stream, like, because you pulled out the. I don't want to give too much away about it, but
they did a Mad Maker show.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the one we're talking about?
Yeah.
It's the one we watched? And you... That killed the show. That killed the show? Oh no.
No way, man. It freaked out the two guys, the two other guys there, but the rest of us that were watching, you know, us two. That was, I don't know, it was awesome.
Yeah, I think there's a warm spell coming up here too.
No, it's over on Monday. We're in the warm spell.
Oh, we're in the warm spell. It's going to hit you after.
Yeah.
Our warm spell's coming to you and warming up.
Yeah, because I think Monday we're back down to highs of -15. So.
Not bad. -15, I can do that.
Did you pop one of those bottles of scotch open, Jason? Because it's, you know, it's that kind of night. Or I bet you drank it all when you were forced to go off grid there, weren't you?
One of our friends made wine from pumpkins. And that sounds weird. And he put pumpkin spice in it. And it was probably one of the most delicious things, like alcohols I've drank in a while. Yeah. That bottle of wine did not last long. It was low. It wasn't a high alcohol concentration. But it was really good, and we are definitely going to do that next year. And he just used pumpkins that people were throwing out. So he just put a little message online saying, anybody, you know, your pumpkins are still good, but you're getting rid of them, just send them this way. And he got enough to make a whole carboy of pumpkin wine.
Yeah.
And delicious, I have to say. He's trying to say fitness goals. No scotch. No scotch with your fitness goals. Dave does a lot of lifting.
I do, with Dan. I lift Dan often.
Mm-hmm. We watched that video of you doing some lifting the other day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I must say. I turned it off.
You turned it off.
Yeah, but then I put it back on because I didn't want to. I wanted to finish watching it.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, and for all of you folks out there, a lot of times when we watch our YouTube videos, we watch them on our TV.
Mm-hmm. And then we forget to like and comment later.
Yeah, because you can't
do it.
You can't do it on the TV, which sucks. But
yeah, like
we're watching you guys.
Yeah, our nightly entertainment is usually YouTube. Guinness elbow. No, I have the Guinness elbow. Dave has the rum. Rum is his new drink of choice.
Yeah.
Or his homemade stuff.
Yeah, I do prefer my homemade cider to anything else, but... Yeah, it used to be whiskey. I'd like to sip on whiskey, and I still do, you know, but more as a social, very, very social thing. Like, I can't drink a lot of beer.
No, Dave doesn't drink a lot of beer.
I usually have, like, one beer.
A week.
Yeah. 1 or 2 beers a week, because it just, I don't know, bloats me up.
It is a bloatable.
And of course we're in Canada, so I partake in other things as well.
I had a peanut butter stout last night. It was a Canadian Ontario craft beer. I don't know if I would have it again.
The peanut butter, yeah, that's like a dessert.
It was weird. It was weirdly sweet, but yet peanut butter. I don't know.
Yeah. Who made that? Was that a Muskoka?
No, it wasn't Muskoka, but it was... You asked that. You're like, is this Muskoka?
Yeah. Oh, no, it was Ottawa Valley.
Yeah.
Ottawa Valley. So, Jason, if you're looking for, like, a weird beer, I only had 1 sip because it was like drinking a really weird Reese's Pieces kind of thing. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, that's what it was like. Yeah, it was weird. I wouldn't do it again. Well, I might do it again, but knowing what I was going into and having it like for dessert, probably. Yeah, I like my stouts though, and porters. I like dark beer.
Yeah,
I don't like the typical beer. I don't like Molson Canadian or Bud or Coors. I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, me neither. But it depends, like, because like in the summertime, if we're just chilling with friends around the bonfire or something, like I'll have a few beers.
In the summer, when it's really hot and the beer is really cold, I will have, like, crappy beer.
Whoa, this is the song that's in our meat pie video.
I can't hear it anymore.
I can. Here,
No.
listen.
Yes.
It's the meat pie song.
It's meat pie. Tortilla.
They should rename this on YouTube the meat pie song.
Yeah?
Yeah, they should.
Put it in a petition?
If all of us send them an email.
I do like Rickard's Red. For whenever I go to a bar that's more like a smaller kind of restaurant bar-y thing, that's the one I hope they have. It's more likely they'll have that, but a lot of times they don't have anything darker than a Bud.
Yeah. Well, even, I mean, what's your experience flying with Porter Air? Because that's pretty much the only airline that you can take from here to Toronto.
Porter Airline, it's funny, they give you a full tall boy of beer if you want it. And it's just a short flight, like 2-hour flight, and they will give you a free beer, but they don't have porter. You're Porter Airlines, and you don't have porter.
You would think they would have a signature porter beer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
Katrina's sister thinks that pumpkin wine sounds lovely. It did. It was lovely.
Who the heck is Katrina's sister?
Funny thing is, the person who made the pumpkin wine, his wife's name is Katrina.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was wondering.
Well, maybe her sister didn't get some.
Katrina, send your sister some pumpkin wine.
Yeah.
Okay?
It was really good. They live in an earthship.
Yeah, they're actually like full on off grid up here, not too far from us. We've helped them out with a few projects that if you're on like our Facebook or Instagram, you might have saw some of the...
They brought us to our blueberry patch, so they're the reason why we know where a blueberry patch is.
Yep, the big one.
Massive. So many blueberries. Like blueberries as far as the eye can see, like tens of thousands, like literally tens of thousands of acres of blueberries.
Nothing but blueberries, which
were like grapes. There were just so many blueberries.
Yeah, and this will be one of the
videos that Dave has footage of.
Yep.
There is no video
to
yet.
come in the new year. But man, like that so blueberry patch, holy.
Yeah, like, so we went there and stayed over there. We had Dave's nephew with us.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And, bye, Kathy.
See you, Kathy.
Oh my goodness. So much fun. Funny thing was, so I drive back and forth to Manitoba for my work in the summer.
See, Howie, you have a good night, okay, buddy?
And on my way to Manitoba...
say hi to everyone for us.
I decided to...
hugs all around, okay? Sorry. Howie's leaving.
Bye, Howie. I decided to stop and pick some blueberries. And while I was doing that, I lost a $20 bill. And I was so proud of myself for picking my blueberries because then I had free food to eat. And then I realized I lost a $20 bill. And I was there for 10 days. And the whole 10 days, I'm just like, oh, how can I be so stupid? And so I drove back and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to drive in, go to my blueberry spot, and just look. The $20 bill was still there. It was still there.
I have pictures of this on here that she texted me.
I think I posted it. Oh, I might have posted it on my own.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to, because that's a good story.
Yeah. So 10 days, high winds, like I don't even know, it was really, really windy a few days. I didn't think it would still be there, and it was still there. So it was a very secret blueberry patch, that one, because I can't believe it during blueberry picking season, or just Canadians are super nice. They're like, oh, that's somebody's 20.
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave that because they're going to want that.
They're going to come back for that.
10 days. Ah, I was so happy. I didn't tell Dave about it because I was so embarrassed about it until I found it again.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. I was like, how did I do that? And so I didn't eat anything other than the blueberries on my full drive there, which is a 2-day drive because I felt so bad about losing $20.
You're
so
hilarious.
I had just blueberries and like the snacks. Oh, and
you had a fishing rod with you. You could have at least caught some fish.
I don't think that time I brought a fishing rod.
Yeah, you did.
Anyways.
There's a survival kit in your Jeep. And it's basically a fishing rod and
I had a fishing rod and like a little tackle box. It's like this big. Yeah.
And 3 matches.
And 3 matches in that?
Yeah.
Howie, you sent us $3. Thanks, Howie.
Thanks, buddy.
That's our first super chat.
Yeah.
Yay.
You're awesome, buddy. Howie's my little cousin.
Is that to make up for my
from Massachusetts?
Almost losing my $20? The interest I would have made.
Hey, well, $3 American's probably 20.
Oh my gosh,
Canadian.
That's $20 Canadian. Yeah. We did make blueberry wine, Sean.
Yep. And another batch getting started probably. That'll be probably after Christmas at this point, but.
And a gallon of blueberries is $20, but I didn't think I picked a gallon because I just kind of pulled off the side of the road, picked for like 5 minutes, and then went. So I had probably like a bowl this big.
Yeah.
Probably a liter. I had probably about a liter of blueberries.
Man, when we get that video up of the blueberry fields, like it's seriously like, I don't know.
Crazy.
If you know blueberries, like, I mean, a lot of people go and pick these little tiny blueberry things, right? That's what everyone's used to seeing for blueberries. But this spot is, I don't know how to explain it. You'll have to wait for the video to come out, but it's like you're milking. Seriously, how else do you explain it?
I guess it kind of feels like that.
Like because you just grab these branches and it's all blueberries and you just
like kind of pulling them off.
Bucket.
Yeah.
Like
milking them. That's funny.
Yeah, because it was funny because we had my nephew up with us, and he's like an aspiring homesteader, prepper, survivalist, really cool little dude, but he disappeared for like 3 or 4 hours, and he had found this spot that he just could not leave because it was just like, and at the time when we first got out there, he just grabbed a whole bunch of Ziploc bags and put them in his pockets and started picking berries. So finally I find him and he's got these giant gallon Ziploc bags full of blueberries, and I'm like, dude, you should just come back and get a Rubbermaid.
Yeah, because then they kind of squish.
Yeah,
if they're in the bags. But we weren't as prepared.
I might be able to find a quick little.
We just didn't really know
clip
what we were gonna find, so we didn't have enough buckets. I brought from my work. At my work, they have this communal coffee, and they have the Folgers. They use Folgers coffee there, so they had a whole bunch of the plastic containers. So I brought a bunch of those to fill up, and then we had like to walk around with, and then we had big, like 4-gallon, the Rubbermaids that we put them in. How big were the Rubbermaids?
10 gallon.
10-gallon Rubbermaids that we filled. We filled 2 of those. Yeah.
Was it before or after?
We did not see bears, but I don't know. But his nephew did hear a bear.
Oh, here. Okay,
camping.
here's. Maybe I only have pictures on here. That's okay though. Oh, actually, this will probably.
What are you gonna do? You're just gonna like put it up to the screen?
Yeah. So this is just, that's caddis in a blueberry patch. See all the blueberries there? And caddis is just like...
That's it.
Oh, that's it. Okay, so I can go from there to...
I was mixing up my tea. Yes, blueberries. Lots of blueberries.
So there's my nephew with one of the big buckets of blueberries. And he's just like, I don't know, he's in his glory right there.
Yeah, we sent him home with a bunch of it. We dehydrated a bunch of the blueberries.
What's this one? Whoa, here's a good one.
That is so good. Those are dangerous. Dehydrated blueberries. They're addictive. You mix them with a little bit of chocolate and maybe some like sunflower seeds. Oh, there's me. I'm famous.
That is all blueberry fields.
That's all blueberries.
All of that. And there's Caddis, of course, eating her blueberries. Hopefully it goes back to the bucket that Amanda's got there. Nope. No. Most of the videos on...
Blueberries and ice cream. Very good. Blueberry pancakes. Blueberry waffles. We have a... right there is a cast iron waffle maker, which the next day I made blueberry waffles on the wood stove. That was really good. Blueberry wine. We have a lot of blueberry wine and a lot of blueberry jam we made with maple sugar, and that will be in the prize bag if and when we make that. Yeah, it is observed. It's a lot of blueberries.
Sorry, I shouldn't be.
Yeah, he's going crazy. You're gonna put the video out, right?
Those are just some teasers, you know? It's like when you get those leaks from like George Lucas and stuff, where someone leaks like a little piece of the game, and it's on like a phone, and it's like one of those things where it's like.
Oh. I thought you meant like wild leaks. We didn't find any of those.
No, man. Next year.
Oh, Derek wants to know where that is. Secret. No, it's near Wawa.
Yeah, up in Wawa, Derek. I mean, it's really everywhere around here.
But that is near Wawa.
Yeah.
That massive patch.
Whereabouts are you, Derek? Are you in the zoo? Or the zoo, as we call it out here?
Do we call it the zoo?
Well, I do.
Oh, you gotta go to the zoo?
I'm using like the royal we.
Oh, okay. The royal we. So we've been going for almost 2 hours.
Almost 2 hours, yeah. Maybe we'll chop her off at 10 o'clock.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. Folks are still hanging out. I'm enjoying that.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean...
You need more coffee grinds, Leanna. You need acid. You need acid to grow blueberries.
Yeah.
They like it very acidic.
Yeah. Like we have... oh, you're across the road from us. Well, okay. Well, then there you go. It's up in Wawa.
Yes. In the spring, though. In the spring, why come this spring? Maple syrup.
Yeah.
And we're going to try birch syrup this year. We're really going to do a concentrated effort to do birch syrup this year. We were going to do birch syrup last year, but we didn't.
You're on Irwin, I guess, Derek? That's pretty cool. You gotta come up and say hi, man. You know where the sign is. Come on up sometime. Don't worry about the dog. I mean, she'll seem like she's a coyote and she's gonna bite your head off, but she's all talk. Okay? Don't worry about it. Just point at her and say, hey, you're cool. And she'll be like, whoa. Okay, then. I'm cool.
Yeah. She can be convinced. Sand. Yeah. It's sometimes in sandy, loamy kind of soil. But they do like acid. So. And that's one of the reasons why this big field is there, because of sulfuric acid. Interesting story.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Acid rain really helped the blueberry patches near Sudbury.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had to cut back on all their polluting, and the blueberries didn't do as well. Interesting story.
But yeah, Derek, seriously. Come on up and say hi sometime.
He could mean a different island. He could be St. Joe's Island.
Nope.
You mean Irwin Island?
Yep, totally.
Across the road in Canada, that could be like 30 miles away.
Well, there's only one island across the road from us.
Well, like directly across the road from us. There was a very funny infographic I saw for Canadians to help Americans out about how we measure distance and weight. And it was very funny. So for temperature, it's like temperature. Are you measuring cooking or not cooking? If it's cooking, it's in Fahrenheit. If it's not cooking, is it the temperature of a pool? Or is it the temperature of like anything else? If it's a pool, it's Fahrenheit. If it's your house, if it's your thermostat, it's Fahrenheit. If it's just
the outside temperature.
If it's the outside temperature, it's Celsius. It was so funny. And it's like, for weight, it's like, is it something heavy? Kilograms. If it's something light, pounds. If it's really light, grams. It was really funny. I should have shared it.
No, that was a good, because, like, we get asked that question on a lot of our videos, like, if we're making maple syrup, and we'll, you know, in one video we'll talk about cook it to blah, 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 Fahrenheit.
Right.
Or and then in the next one it'll be like cook it to Celsius. And
I have a cup of this, or I have a liter of this.
Yeah. And that just all comes down to, like, we're well versed in both temperature.
It's because we used to have imperial, and it's not left completely. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's hard to leave.
Like all of our stoves.
Irwin, he's verified.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. Yep. All of our stoves are like, you know, if you buy like a stove to cook with, your oven temperature here in Canada is going to be Fahrenheit. Which kind of confuses things when you try to cook, say, on an open fire. And if you want to stick your thermometer in there, and it's a Celsius thermometer. But
that was a tangent. Yeah. But yes, Sudbury, because of the smelters. And potash definitely helps. Fires help for making blueberries. Everyone in the comments knows what they're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta stop. See, if you close that computer over there, I will just only look here. Because otherwise I'm like, what is going on over there? But it's going on right here.
It's going on right there. Mm-hmm. So Jim saying that sulfuric acid fumes creating acid rain. Sudbury was so barren of trees at one time, the astronauts used that area for training for the moon landing.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. Man, I hate driving through Sudbury because of how barren that place is.
It is recovering, though. It's surprisingly
yes.
recovering very well. It's
For sure.
What is it now? 30 years? When was that acid rain? That was the 80s, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like, I noticed the difference now from driving up here when I was a kid, driving up from Southern Ontario. And, I mean, it'd be... Because you go through, like, Parry Sound area... And then, you know, like the Killarney cutoff and stuff like that. Killbear up in there. And then once you got into like the Sudbury area, like it just turns into this. Ugh. I mean, I hate it. Whoa. It's like Toronto, but there's no buildings. It's just this barren Canadian Shield rock that just,
It's not as bad anymore.
It's like when we drive south to go down to visit family. Like, going through Sudbury is like that first, like, shock of like, ooh, the concrete jungle. But then you get past that.
And you're fine for a bit.
You're fine for like an hour. And then
you hit Barrie.
Yeah, then you hit Barrie, and then it's like, yeah, no, let's go back. Turn around.
Then you can't. It's too late then.
Yeah, once you're that far into it, I mean...
Yeah, Tom Davies had a lot to do that, and also Mulrooney. Give him, like him or hate him. Mulrooney a lot to do with stopping acid rain, putting in a bunch of environmental protections. But at first, they just built the stacks higher, so that the pollution would go further away. That's the solution. Let's just build the stacks higher.
Yeah.
So it dissipates for a further distance away.
Yeah.
Oh, you're making Jim. That's home to Jim.
Whereabouts, Jim? I kind of know the area around Sudbury. Kind of. Like, I'm better with a little further east, like Trout Creek, Sundridge area, over in that area. I know that area quite a bit better. And then up this way too. I mean, over this way, like when you come out of Sault Ste. Marie, you go down this gigantic hill, which is called the Mile Hill here. And then you go over the Goulet River. When I was a kid, to me, that was always like the spot.
The gateway to the north.
The gateway to the north was like... It still is. Like
Lively. Oh, Lively.
Oh, okay.
I know Lively.
Yeah.
It's quite lively there.
Yeah. Actually, no, it's not. No. But
when Jim was there.
Yeah. And I do know that a couple folks that I follow on my fishing YouTube channel who live in Lively, there's ice, Jim. There's ice there.
You can go fishing.
Yep.
Well, it is 9:56. We keep on losing. Paul, your family's from Huntsville and Dwight.
Oh, nice.
It's a nice area.
Yep.
We keep on losing people. We're down to at least half the people we had at our prime.
Well, they probably found something better to do, or they got too sloppy and they had to go to bed.
True. That happens at sloppy picnics. Sloppy Santa picnics. Bedtime.
Yeah.
My lights are still going. That's hilarious. I think it's so funny. I just thought they were like...
Oh, I just
decals.
noticed those were going.
You knew they were going.
No, I didn't.
I said, let's turn them on. And you're like, yes, let's turn them on.
I thought you were talking about turning them on.
No.
Well then. Clearly we're on different pages here.
Think so?
Yeah.
It hasn't started again. I think Dave's gonna have to stoke the fires.
Oh, let's get her going.
Well, we can wait a couple minutes.
No, we'll get her going.
Are we kidding? It's not cold in here. It's 20.1 and the windows are still open.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
Dave's got his pook toque on. Remember when that was really popular? I don't know how far and wide that was popular, but they're like two wool socks, essentially. Originally, it was 2 wool socks sewed together, but it's now made to look like it's 2 wool socks. And you can do interesting styles with the sock parts. Dave has the kind of the Shrek look going on right now.
Travis has one too.
Yes, Huntsville is quite expensive. A lot of very famous people live in Huntsville. And they drive up the prices of some cottages there.
Yeah.
It's almost like Lake of the Woods area. That's also very expensive. Millions and millions of dollars for the cottages there. It's just like, feels like it's in the middle of nowhere, but it's very expensive.
I was hoping to drive up the prices here, but I guess we're not famous enough yet.
Drive up the prices. Oh, no. I don't want you to drive up the prices because then our taxes go up.
Okay, guys. We're going to try and get it cooking again.
Oh, I see flame.
Starting there.
I had to cut up some kindling for us because we were gone overnight.
We'll have to see what happens. You were cutting up kindling?
Bye, Stacy.
Stace, give Ronnie a big hug from us, okay? I miss you guys. Happy solstice to you guys too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's 10 o'clock.
It's 9:59.
Right. Do we have any closing words? How do you sign off your Santa sloppy picnics?
Generally, you end up on the floor.
That's how you sign it off?
Yeah.
You kind of do a vertical cheers?
Horizontal cheers? Vertical?
You reach it up. I don't know.
Jingle all the way. Can you guys hear the music there? Or am I like the only one listening to it?
No, they hear the music.
Yeah?
They've commented.
Okay.
Black Creek Pioneer Village.
Yeah, I know Black Creek Pioneer Village down near, that's in Milton. The other half of my family. Oh, okay. Yes, you've mentioned that before.
That is
Paul.
some history. There's
Yeah.
some Canadian history there.
Yeah. I have been there many times, Paul. I know exactly where you're talking about.
I've only been to the Pioneer Village in Kitchener.
The Black Creek one is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's one here. Actually, you know what? We should do a video of the one here in the Sioux.
Just one of the Sioux.
The big spot up on the Black Creek Road there that we take the back way home.
Oh! No.
The guy's got a book out, like how to live in the Canadian North or
Does
whatever.
he have like
that is a
little
full-on,
houses?
Yeah, that's a full-on
reenactment kind of deal?
Yeah, full on.
Sorry, that was a little side story.
Okay, thanks, Jim. Thanks, Diana. I was worried that maybe I was like the only one listening. But
No, we're back up to 14 people. Hello, everyone that just joined or rejoined. I only see top chat though. I don't know how to change my settings.
oh, you gotta click on.
So it might be more than 13. Oh, don't do it now. Don't ruin it.
Live chat. And then you see everyone.
No, I have less people.
That-
Everybody's a top chatter
that
in my
doesn't-
world.
That doesn't change that thing.
Oh. I hope I wasn't missing anyone's like messages because you weren't deemed by YouTube as top chat. That's sad. I don't know why they filter. Maybe it makes sense for when you have hundreds of comments going on, but
Why they filtered? You know what else was weird? When we set up this live stream tonight, like for any of you guys, the YouTube people that are monetized. So we set up this live stream, and it's like the first video that we've had that has come up as limited ads. It's like, why is it going to be limited? It's a Christmas live stream.
I think sloppy.
I think sloppy in the title may have been what it was. I don't really care. We didn't particularly do this to like monetize it or anything, but it was just weird that we
just noticed.
Yeah, noticed that it was, I don't know. Anyways, because YouTube's going through some weird like stuff as usual, obviously, but
It's a free thing, so
Yeah.
go with the flow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've never really been in this for the money. There's money there to be made. If you have like 100,000 subscribers, you're making money, but it's not.
We made $3 tonight.
Did we?
Howie!
Oh yeah, Howie
Super
sent
chat.
us $3.
American! So like 20 Canadian.
Wow.
Yeah, we're rich now. We can...
Yeah. Howie's a really cool dude.
Yeah.
I wish he would start a YouTube fishing channel because, like, I don't know.
Massive. I can never say that. Massachusetts.
Yeah.
I can't say that word. Say it.
Massachusetts.
I always say massive two shits. Sorry. And so now I can't say the real name. So.
Yeah, so Leanna, top chat, if you click where it says that, you can flip that between top chat and live chat. And it's really just the difference between people that are actively chatting and people that aren't. If you click live chat, you kind of see the whole conversation.
Which doesn't make a big difference when there's not a lot of people chatting.
No.
But when there's a lot of people chatting and some people just saying one thing every once in a while, then it filters those people out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just enjoy it. Just go with the flow. But we should let people go.
I think we
and
should.
go with their flow.
Yeah.
And that's it. So
this might be the last time we see you guys until
This
2020.
This decade.
Yeah. Wow.
See you next decade.
This is okay. Now we gotta hang on a bit longer because this decade's going
This
to
whole
end.
decade's ending.
Okay, that's only before we do another live stream. Though. We're gonna put a couple more videos out, I think.
Well, hopefully.
Well, Beansy's got to go get his Christmas tree tomorrow, so that might be the last one.
Thank you, Sherry.
That might be the last one. So.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
Well, you can put out a whole ton of them.
I know I can, but
you can. But yes, as someone, I forget who mentioned earlier, perfectionism is the death of YouTube.
It is. It is totally the death of YouTube.
Because you'll never get it perfect.
No, and it's like this one weird YouTuber that
I think that might be you, Leanna.
Amanda and I are guilty of watching. And I love watching him because he's like the original YouTuber. Like I remember...
Watch me do this weird thing.
I remember watching this dude... Man, when I started YouTube was like 2007, I think. I mean, if people want my channel link from back then, I'll gladly give it to you. You'll have to email me to get it. But this guy is still carrying on from his YouTube channel in 2007.
He has millions and millions of subscribers.
Yeah, millions of subscribers. His videos are wacky, weird, just craziness. But, I mean...
Where does it come from?
I don't know.
Perfectionism.
Perfectionism.
Yes.
So, this guy is just not part of that.
No.
His channel is... He is called the LA Beast, as in Los Angeles Beast.
Just get her done. It's kind of his...
Have a good day.
Have a good day.
His YouTube handle is Skippy2Able. Maybe it's just Skippy2Able. Skippy62Able. Anyways. Yeah.
He doesn't need more subscribers.
He doesn't, but
he does like eating contests, and he really likes Crystal Pepsi.
He is an original YouTuber.
I don't remember Crystal Pepsi ever existing. Is Clear Pepsi?
Crystal Pepsi we had.
It existed, but I don't remember it.
No.
I don't drink pop, or soda.
And I mean, a lot of us homesteaders are homestead YouTuber type people off grid. A lot of us, not all of us, are still
Is this the royal we?
YouTuber from the roots of what YouTubers were. Like, I mean, man, if you go back and look at my videos, like we got Sean Primer on here. Sean Primer is in one of my original YouTube videos from 2007, I think.
Thanks,
But
Sean.
if you Google the title of this live stream, you'll probably find my original YouTube channel.
Oh no.
You probably will. It's hard
Dave
to say.
in his early 20s.
It's hard to say.
Oh, it might be sloppy.
It's very sloppy.
Yeah. But yes, this is the end of the decade. I turn 40 next year.
You're already 40.
No, you're 40.
Huh?
You're 40. I turned 40 because I was
You're
born
not
in
40 yet?
I was born in 1980, so it's very easy to know how old I am because 2020 I'm 40. 2021 just add 20 and 20.
Oh man, let Mama know. We'll have that video up soon.
Yeah.
It's coming. We could even give you guys a sneak peek of it. Maybe you guys could be like our...
Was Sean here? Was it Reno when he was here?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. It's totally different in here now, Sean. Totally different now.
Much more open. Much more open. As open you can get in 768 square feet. Was that the music? I can't hear the music, so this is very weird to me. What is it? What are they singing? I can't get it from that. Away in a manger?
Yes. Sing Away in a Manger to close things out.
Supposedly, after a night of caroling with family, I woke Dave up screaming away in a manger in my sleep.
Yes.
I don't always believe what he says that I do in my sleep, because there's no proof.
Man, if video cameras were a thing at the time, I totally would have recorded it. But
Yeah, I'm an 80s baby. Depending on how you draw the lines, I don't like them drawn this way. I'm a Gen X or a millennial. I don't like it when they say I'm a millennial.
you're totally a millennial.
Totally a millennial.
Yeah, you're totally a millennial.
I had to do research by going to a library, flipping through cards, finding a journal in a stack, pulling it out, reading the abstract after an hour to find that, and being like, that has nothing to do with the research I'm doing, and put it back. I don't think any millennial can say that.
No, you're an old lady.
I'm an old lady.
Yeah. Can you hear the fire starting to crack there? Let's have a look at it.
We got some of our...
Because we got to sign off here.
We gotta sign off. We keep on talking. It's because we haven't been on for so long. We have too much to say now.
Look at that. See that?
They went out again.
Watch. Hold on.
Dave's not doing well. I think it's the poop toque. $40 is the new 30, Sean.
Sean's like 60 though.
Sean's not 60. Sean is Dave's buddy from growing up. They were friends as kids. Everything goes by faster after 40. I don't know if I like that idea. I like time going slow. Enjoying it. There you go, we got some fire. Don't kill it this time.
Well, I'm not too worried about it because it's so freaking hot in here, man.
It is hot in here. Well, not so much. It's only 19.7 now.
Yeah.
Celsius.
I think that's going to be plenty.
Stop bragging, Jason.
Why? What's he got? You're not ready for 40?
But it's still a ways off.
Yeah, well. It'll happen sooner than you think, dude. Luckily, I'm only 28, so...
28. With 12 years experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Child who's grown old. Sounds very deep there, Katrina. I'm still a child. Like, it's funny because I see people my age. So, people my age started having children 20 years ago. And now a lot of them, people my age that had a career, are starting to have children again. And 20 years ago, I thought, oh, I'm too young to have kids. And now I still think I'm too young to have kids, even though I'm too old to have kids now. But my brain is still, I'm still a kid. Still a kid.
I'm gonna go and have a pee.
Dave, we're gonna sign off.
I don't.
He's going to use the outside washroom and he's leaving me alone to when I already said that we're signing off, and now I'm all alone with you guys. Oh, it's a song. Is that like a country music song? Angels from Montgomery. I have to admit my ignorance, and I don't know who Angels from Montgomery are. I can't be more than 29. Well, thank you. I love it when I go to the store and I buy like a beer and they ID me. I appreciate that. Even when they like do the little second like, am I gonna ID her? I don't know. And then they don't. I still appreciate that. The 70s was 30 years ago, wasn't it? Yeah, it's like when I look at vehicles and they're made in the 2000s, I think, well, that must be a new vehicle. Thank you, Sean. Yeah, we don't need Dave. Dave doesn't have a hat that lights up. He's not cool. We don't need Dave. You don't have a fancy light up hat, so we don't need you anyways.
Okay.
We're going without you.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Dave, we need you. We need you to sign off. We're already 15 minutes over.
15 minutes over what? 2 hours?
I don't know.
Huh?
What'd you just do?
What do you mean?
You just...
I'm gone.
Yeah, that one's behind. Okay. Thank you so much. We miss doing this. It's good to do this to remind ourselves how much we actually like doing this.
Yes. Absolutely.
It's fun. And we love having your comments and responding and Bonnie rate.
Bonnie rate? That's like how you compare things.
No, I think it's music. Anyways,
is it?
You'll have to tell me, Katrina's sister. No, she was singing a song.
Oh.
Well, typing a song. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night. We will be back in about 2 weeks, I think.
Okay.
As it stands, it will be the regular Friday night. Maybe we'll do a poll on our like community tab-ish thing. Folks can say, you know, what they like, what they don't.
Because a lot of days are free now. Because a lot of people that used to do live streams are not doing them anymore.
Yeah, we did lose quite a few in
like
the past.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Andrew's not doing them anymore, but we might want to leave it open in case he decides to do it again.
Sam and Angela stopped doing it, so...
But we don't want to do it Saturday morning.
No.
Anyways, good night, good night, good night. And we'll maybe see a poll soon about what day we should continue doing this. And it was great seeing you all, or hearing, or reading you all.
Yeah, you guys are all rocking.
Yeah. Love you.
Night, guys. Night, Derek. I hope to meet you soon.
Yeah.